So some of the key takeaways, I just want to plant these good thoughts. As always, we're not unique in this direction. Absolutely, we want to be data driven. It's not he said, she said. This data is available to every engineer. It's just not presidents and directors looking into it. Every scrum master, every engineer on the floor has the same view. KPIs are very clearly understood. Everybody speaks same languages across the org. The goals has been set by engineers actually. We're asking them, here is how it was X months ago, X quarters ago. Based on your trend, you go ahead and set what is your goal that you can achieve. So it becomes a very engineering driven org saying we're not just setting you up for failure, but setting you up for success because you know what your trends have been, how best you can get at. And it cascades to every level, right? Ultimately, the goal here is we want a self-service organization. You define your own goals. You take full accountability for the components that you have. With that aspect, with something called a shift left, wherein now all the problems at the root are caught without demarcation of a development or a quality organization. That's an amazing way to see a data-driven approach given it to every engineer in the org at the root of the problem. As always, this is not something that we're going to perfect overnight. It's going to take, we're going to iterate every single day. And last but not the least, we have now built an MLAI model saying for a particular release, if you have these many bugs, these many IFRs, these many usual components that are suspect, here is what it takes to make a release with a quality bar with the 4 nines out there, right? So that's something that we have learned amazingly well. So our releases now from 6 months, when I showed my first slide, you won't believe, has come to bi-weekly. However, when we do this bi-weekly, the speed at which we operate with the predictability and keeping the 4 nines journey has been fantastic. And the next goal that we're trying to drive is we want to make it everyday release. That's what cloud companies do. And we don't have, roll forward, roll backward. You push it out there, it works. It doesn't work. Within an hour, you should be able to really get it up and running with a DR, redundancy system in the cloud. And that's the speed at which you're trying to operate. So all of this has been absolutely of a good value. It's a journey. It's not a sprint. We're learning, but we've gotten some fantastic MLA models, which Klera absolutely can take it and tell you what does it take for us to do a product X and a technology Y, and how long does it take? And I would say 95% of the time we are pretty accurate to say that I can deliver that with quality on that particular day. And that's been something awesome. Next slide, please. So on a closing note, I just wanted to underscore, software is software. No matter what you do, whatever MLAI model you have, you are going to see bugs. The key thing that we wanted to really figure out is, can I have literally, less unknowns? I cannot put a percentage. The unknown is where it's something that trumps us every single time. The war rooms still don't decrease. We still go sit and scratch our heads no matter what instrumentation you have. But that quadrant absolutely is something that we are looking forward to figure out how do we do it. As part of customer blast radius, yes, we are very cognizant of this to see how do you put enterprise class customers to ensure their SLAs are never compromised. So our NOC and our DevOps have been pretty good in figuring out based on our MLAI modeling and the issues we get. We are able to sector that. We talk about canary releases that also still does not give you the full blast radius view. But with this methodology, what I talked about, we now are able to figure out which geography zone, which AWS, which GCP cluster I can go put this. That means absolutely if there is an issue, the downtime is literally minimized. It's something that we've learned, we're learning again. And overall, I just wanted to also underscore this very important part. A quality for us in 8 by 8 is just not a quality engineering organization. It has been a DNA metamorphical change across support, DevOps, SREs, development, application teams. When we come for our all hands meeting, it's awesome to see. I'm enthused. I'm very proud to say this that everybody holds the same value, the same thought process, and fully, embedded in our system. And this has really helped us reduce our engineering cost. The cost of downtime, we take it very seriously. We play very well together. And ultimately, all of this has yielded a super good customer sat for us. So net, that's the journey that Bud and I, being on the forefront of the line, have gone through. As always, Klera has been a fantastic, innovative tool for us, giving us new dimensions of thoughts. Love to really, chat with some of these panel members offline. Send me an email if you want. I'd love to share some more insights to help your organizations, and hopefully Klera can be that, you know, cool tool for you to give you the insights. It's very hard to go to an engineer and talk and get the data in one place. So with that said, data driven implicitly means for us, we have it, we show what we have in transparency. We have the history of all the data in every single dimension. Purely anybody, whether it's a new, old, or a veteran in the organization, can base his or her decisions completely based on what data is. And that's been really cool for us, and we trust it, and we're going to get better at it. Thank you, Bhavin. Appreciate it.